Before the video starts, I would like to point out that with the release of the update, Gameloft has made some changes. I just haven't checked what are those potentially be. Let's cover the new stuff that we have in Asphalt Legends Unite. We have 3 new seasons, the Speed Parade, the Haunted Halloween, and the Black Friday season. While we will discuss the new update and everything that comes along, I also have another thing to discuss with you. So with the new update, let's dive into the new cars. The first car we have is the TVR Cigars, and it's just average. It's a Legend Pass car for the Speed Parade season and it will be released for free-to-play players pretty soon. That is just my speculation because like I said earlier, the car is just average. The stats look closely to the Aston Martin V12 Speedster. The top speed is worse, the acceleration is worst, and to be honest, very low. The handling and nitro are a lot better, so this may be like a car which accelerates slow but maintain its top speed if the drifting is good enough. Next up, we have Aston Martin Valour. This car will be released in a Grand Prix. When you look at the max stat of this car, the closest competitor I can find is the Ferrari Roma. The top speed is slightly worse, the acceleration is slightly better with worse nitro and worse handling than a Max Roma. Next up, we have the Lamborghini Temerario. Just like the Revuelto, this car alongside with its global release is also making debut to the game. The release trailer as they unleashed the prisoner from change was cool AF in my opinion. This car is going to be a new co-king of Class B, rank based, pun intended. Compared to Revuelto, this car is a roller coaster in stat. The top speed is worse, the acceleration is better. The handling is worse, but the nitro is a lot better. And while the nitro is better on paper, I don't expect that it would feel any different compared to Revuelto. Next up, we have Zinger 21C. The stat for this car looks strong but not like out of this world. To be very honest, in my Mistral video, I called that Mistral would be overranked, but I think this car is overranked. The top speed is 2 points better than the Rimac Navara. The acceleration value is extremely good, is 2 points better than the Rimac Navara. The handling stat is identical, but the nitro is a lot better. And after all this, the Rimac is at 4897 rank and this car is at 5000 plus rank. Next up, we have is Mercedes-Benz Vision 111. The aesthetic of this car reminds me of Mercedes-Benz Biome from Asphalt Nitro. But stats-wise, this car looks too good to be true. By the very definition of the stats and rank, you are looking at new A-Class King. Compared to the De Tomaso P72, this car is better in every single stat. But like I said that the stats look too good to be true, my fear is that they might change them with the release of the update. Next up, we have the Bugatti Mistral. It has been released in China version of the game. It's not like king of its class, but when you look at the speed, it is slightly faster than Koenigsegg Regera. The handling, acceleration and nitro are also better than the Regera. Now the question that matters is that how this car will drift in the game. In China version, it was drifting poorly, so let's see how this car turns out to be in global version. Let's discuss the events in Speed Parade season. First up, we will have Lamborghini Temerario special event. You will get the key of this car from the first stage. The required cars are Lamborghini Gallardo, Lamborghini Asterion, Lamborghini Huracan STO, Lamborghini Reventon Roadster, Lamborghini Aventador SV, Lamborghini SC63, Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, Lamborghini Aventador J, Lamborghini Diablo GT, Lamborghini Egoista, and Lamborghini Terzo Millennio. The Grand Prix of Jaguar XJ220S TWR will be rerunning. If you have watched my 73 cars video, I recommended you not to spend tokens on this car. But you can start up this car in the Grand Prix if you need to, but don't spend tons of tokens because this car is just average. Alongside to that, we will have special event of Zinger 21C which requires you to have TVR Cigars, Aston Martin Victor, Jaguar XJ220S TWR, Aston Martin DBS, not Superleggera but DBS GT Zaccato, Piritalia Berlinetta and Bugatti Veyron. For Starway, we will have Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider. In the time limited events, we will have Unleashed event of Porsche 911 GT2 RS Club Sport. There will be Oktoberfest event and the featuring car will be Koenigsegg Agera RS, Lotus Elise and Maserati Alfieri. There will be Dragon Festival event featuring Draco GTE. There will also be Wind of Autumn event that will feature FV Juventus Sorpasso GT3, McLaren 650S and the Arashi F8 Falcon Edition. The car hunt for this season will be Lamborghini Gallardo which is Lamborghini Aventador SV Coupe which is Super Boo, Aston Martin Victor, another and Piritalia Berlinetta. For the Haunted Wheels season, we will have Mercedes-Benz VM111 special event. The required cars are Draco GTE, Aston Martin 177, Lotus Avia, Pagani Huayra BC, Aston Martin Valhalla, Bentley Mullineer Bacalar, Porsche Panamera and TVR Cigars. We will also have McLaren Senna special event, but the required cars are unknown. We will have the Grand Prix for Aston Martin Villa and for the Starway, Genti Achelon will be debuted. In the time limited events, we will have Halloween event which will feature McLaren 570S, Porsche 918, Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider, Lamborghini Murcielago, W Motor Lycan Hypersport, Lycan Neon Edition and Lamborghini Diablo GT. there will be Movember event for some reason. That will feature Lamborghini Huracan STO. But here's I think is a personal assassination on my dating history. The game is having Singles Day as time limited event. And I'm gonna boycott it because they took it too far. But jokes aside for a while. The reward is Nissan GTR 50 Ital design. The car hunt for this season is Porsche Panamera Turbo S, Greco GTE, Ferrari F50 and Aston Martin Vantage GT12. Now at this moment I would like to have 5 seconds of silence for McLaren F1LM and Pagani Mola because they are my favorite cars and with this update they will be out of elite events. Rip to them, and next up will be Venom. If you think that this is unfair, then I would recommend you to check out the video in the top right corner where I explain the basic psychology with the elite events. Next up, with the release of Black Friday event, the burst of speed again looks a lot disappointing. The cars are Ford Team Forzilla P1, Jaguar XJR9, Torino Design Supersport, W Motor Lycan Neon Edition, Deus Swayan and Zenvo Aurora Tour. I only favor going for Jaguar XJR9. I posted the same thing in community post and somehow you guys disagreed that this burst of speed is disappointing. I understand that this is a controversial topic, but here's my opinion. The Zenvo is not the safe bet. Since it is not the fastest, it has already been out of a elite event. The Lycan Neon Edition is also just average, it's not a record breaker, so does the Torino. So I would absolutely give a thumbs down to this burst of speed, even if Venom never arrives in burst of speed. We will also have special event for Bugatti Mistral, and the required cars are my guess these burst of speed cars that we discussed. Another disappointing thing is a special hunt of Lamborghini Essenza SCV12. I am sorry to ruin your hype, but if you think that you're gonna get your hands on something big, then you're wrong. The Essenza is 4 km/h slower than the Huracan, and for that it is not gonna do anything which Huracan isn't already doing. But the good thing is that with a little grind, you will manage to gold your car and don't end up spending tens or so thousand of tokens. So yeah, it's only good for collectible. For the Starway, we will have Peugeot Onyx. In the time limited events, we will have Black Friday season event which will feature Apollo IE, Rimac Concept 1 and Bugatti Chiron. We will also have Cyber Monday event which will feature Volkswagen electric car aka IDR and Porsche 911 birthday event. The feature car are unknown, but there must have been these 911s in the game. The car hunt for this season are Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, another car which never shows up in the hunt since it used to be a multiplayer reward car, Apollo IE and Maserati MC20. But I think that Maserati is a legendary hunt, not sure about that. To conclude everything, this update is jam-packed with good stuff. I have high hope with Mercedes VN and Tamarago special event, but slight concern with Mistral and Zinger special event. Not gonna lie, I am again disappointed with the selection of burst of speed cars. Overall, I would rate this update as 7 out of 10, but this is not just ended here. At the end of previous update, we had the Unleash event for this Ford GT. I had covered the whole car in a separate video, but what amused me was the fact that how much rewarding they have been with this car the whole season, and this event was a lot sweet spot in my opinion. At first day, you will get 15 blueprints for Ford GT Frankie Edition alongside with those 375 tokens. While any of you may say that these are far less tokens, then my answer is that yes, you are right. But if an event came out of nowhere and starts giving me 25 tokens per race, I'm not gonna complain, I will just fulfill the conditions. The second stage of this event could be a hit or miss for a lot of you, because you have to own all the Ford cars in the game to get the maximum number of reward. The nomination are Ford GT Mark II, Ford Shelby 350R, Ford Shelby GR1, Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400 and Ford GT Frankie Edition. Ford GT Mark II was a free try car. You were required to have all the other car at 2-star and Frankie Edition at 4-star at this stage. The reward were 25 blueprints and 3 epics for Ford GT Frankie Edition. GameLoft was throwing away blueprints for this car. The third stage required you to own Ford GT Frankie Edition. It was a global rank-based stage and the solo rewards were 250,000 credits, 10 Ford GT Frankie Edition blueprints and 900 tokens if you have maxed the car and 400 tokens if you have the car at 4 stars. So on paper the event looked absolutely generous, but after playing all the season I can't help but ask why does this car exist in the game? We have 2 Ford GTs already, this is the third one. While Mark II can be labeled as track version for the base Ford GT, this Frankie Edition I can't help but ask why. Like look at it, this is a Ford GT and this is a Ford GT Frankie Edition. From the baseline both are Ford GTs. One has an official paint and stuff and other just have a decal on it. By decal I meant that if you chop the car out of it, it just looked like a car wrap. Excuse my awful knowledge here, but I observed the car in the game. It's a tribute to Frankie the Racer. I don't know the story of this guy, but since he's a race car driver, he has my respect. The skin of this Frankie Edition contain tons of labels just like F1. I think they're all sponsor and collab with the Frankie team. With that being said, I think that Gameloft, instead of introducing a new car with a new stat, they should have done is to work on this skin for the base Ford GT, get as much close to the aesthetic of this car as much possible, and then buff the stat of the GOAT Ford GT. I'm not gonna lie, players love the Ford GT a lot, and you would be doing a lot positive to it by buffing the stat. Now, to be very franky, you cannot say that buffing the stat twice is illegal, because you have done dirty a lot with this car already in the game. But alas, instead of driving a real Ford GT in the game in a better way, we are driving a clone of it with some decals slapped into it. Well, I love the fact that this Frankie Edition is a GT that works, but I can't help being let down by the feeling that I am driving a clone of it. To find out how this GT works, I have covered the entire thing in this video right here.